This is Supermonaman channel. This is our reaction to Flash versus Sonic Death Battle. It's the Wally West Flash from DC versus Sonic from Archie Comics. So DC versus Archie, dude. Wearing the swords of God. Super shirt. So same prices, so we should let's see what it goes on. I think this is the Archie Sonic. When I don't know how fast these are very, like I've heard he's really probably faster than the Archie Comics than anyone else. Really, Wally West is faster. Like he's got a super first, it makes sense. So it's just I think Archie Comics will win, but let's see if the analysis gives us. In 3, 2, 1.
Thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
That's right. And what's best is you can take them during the day, at night, or even on a full stomach.
The fact they're chewable makes them twice as fast-acting as a pill. It's quick, easy, and will boost your confidence when the time arises.
Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package.
Blue Chew is made in the USA and prepares and ships direct, so they're cheaper than a pharmacy, and you don't even need to leave your house. Absolutely perfect for a busy, mad scientist like myself.
And because you love it so much, we got a special deal for our viewers. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our promo code BATTLE. Only $5 in shipping.
Again, that's BLUEChew.com. Promo code BATTLE. Try it for free. It's the better, cheaper, and faster choice for increasing performance and confidence. Speed is the ultimate sensation on the human body.
And today we're putting together two of the fastest characters out there.
Speed is far more than simply moving fast. Wally West, the fastest Flash from DC Comics.
And Sonic from Archie Comics, the most supersonic Sonic of all the Sonics. He's whizzed
Oh,
that
it's like
boomstick.
Flash
Fans
Flash to
are
win.
analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Let's see, huh? Okay.
The year was 1985, and the multiverse was in crisis. Infinite Earths were on the brink of total annihilation.
But one man could save the day by running really, really, really fast. The Flash. Ah!
To save everything and everyone, Barry Allen sacrificed his life.
But the Flash wasn't all gone. Barry had a sidekick. You might say a
Protege.
Wally West.
Despite the impressive amount of coincidences Barry needed to gain his speed, many others have possessed the powers of the Scarlet Speedster. But for Wally, his own coincidence is unparalleled.
President of the Flash fan club, champion of Flash's girlfriend who introduced him, visited while Flash had a chemical lab set up exactly like it was when he got his powers. Then, just like Barry, Wally got struck by lightning that knocked him into the chemicals, and boom, Flash powers. I would say this kid was super lucky, but he did get struck by lightning.
The true reason? Because Speed Force, a dimension of infinite kinetic energy which all Flashes draw their power from.
And the DC writer's favorite scapegoat for retcons.
With his newfound ability, Wally joined Barry's crime-fighting heroics as Kid Flash. Strong of head and light of heart, he was more than a sidekick. He was a surrogate son.
So when Barry went poof, naturally Wally stepped up to be the next Crimson Comet himself.
As the Flash,
Oh, yeah.
Wally obviously possesses incredible speed, easily surpassing that of light. He can run non-stop for multiple days.
Forget running. This guy looks at reality and spits in its face before giving it a swirly.
Wally can manipulate each and every one of his molecules to, for instance, survive the inside of a black hole. Barry even once regenerated from a cloud of gas.
I bet he never has any trouble with NARBs.
NARBs?
No apparent reason, boners? They're devious. Oh,
okay.
Least expect them.
Wally can create tornadoes, toss lightning, and heal from deadly blows. These techniques are rooted in scientific theory and often require a mathematical mindset. For example, by vibrating his body at very precise frequencies, he can turn invisible, phase through objects, tear things apart while phasing through them, and even enter fourth-dimensional space.
So you're saying he'd never be able to do any of this if he was dumb?
Well, Well, that's exactly what I decided to find out when I laced your beer with cosmic kinetic energy. It'll kick in later. With a touch, Wally can steal another speed and use it for himself. Specifically, he can take a person's kinetic energy, instantly stopping them in their tracks or even freezing them for centuries, even from those who are not linked to the Speed Force like Superman.
And his infinite mass punch can knock you across the whole planet.
Applying the laws of relativity, as Wally's fist approaches light speed, its mass technically grows to an infinite degree, striking with kinetic energy equivalent to a white dwarf star, or about 2.6 octillion tons of force. In fact, increasing the vibrational speed even further could break the universe.
The biggest nuke ever tested was 50 megatons.
Okay for an hour?
Wally is like 40 million of those.
Even more wild, Wally can change his vibration frequencies to affect alien energies that do not exist in his own reality.
It's how he helped take out these aliens called quantum mechanics.
Beings far beyond any physical dimension and immune to ordinary physics.
So, like a prism, Wally changed Superman's heat vision into super space magic to blast them all.
All this is absolutely insane to contemplate, but it is important to remember that Wally is somehow still human.
And a huge dork, but a fun one, not like Wiz over here. I mean, he got married and has kids, so...
Boomstick, I'm married.
What?
To my work. And Wally's family became
Oh,
sort
no,
of a
who's
cosmic
this?
lightning rod rooting him to reality when he time travels. Right? Boomstick, he can time travel. Isn't that fascinating?
I feel like you're trying to give me the runaround. Speaking of which, that's how he time travels, by running.
Should Wally become unmoored, he can outrun the Speed Force itself, even running to the end of reality where the concept of death no longer exists.
One time, he beat these gambler gods in a race across the universe, and they could teleport.
To win, Wally achieved trans-time velocity in
What
less
the
than
fuck?
1 unit of
That's
Planck time,
ridiculous.
which is so infinitesimal,
That's
it was an
ridiculous.
absolute edge of measurable
That's
time
actually
itself.
ridiculous.
He was so fast,
Dude,
reality
fucking
does
fuck,
not
dude,
have
it's
any
ridiculous.
means to calculate or even comprehend
DC
his
power levels
speed.
are so
That's
absolutely insane.
crazy. But for some reason, Wally still felt unworthy of the Flash mantle. Come on, man, look at everything you can do.
Until one day, Barry returned.
Because Speed Force.
To determine the fastest Flash of all,
So
Wally
because
and
I
Barry
don't
raced
know.
each other. This
So I
simple
already-
contest nearly tore apart the entire multiverse.
But
Something.
our Flash finally let it all out.
Even with those unimaginable feats, Wally's greatest challenge was proving his worth to himself.
He's not just another Flash, he's the fastest being in the multiverse.
Dude, as soon as you finish your drink, turn yourself in. Got me again, Flash.
Oh man, that was such a
Many
heartwarming
years
time.
from now, Earth will be no more.
These anti-aliens are gonna drop a bomb that kills everyone and transforms all the animals into furries.
Welcome to Mobius, homeworld of Sonic Maurice Hedgehog, leader of a guerrilla anthropomorphic freedom-fighting group at war with the cybernetic empire of Ivo Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman.
So, yeah, comic book Sonic is a little different from the video game.
Yeah, pretty much
Fighting his Care Bear Viet Cong in the fight against obesity and male pattern baldness, Sonic became a
Bruce, that's
fighter,
right.
and he wasn't doing it for nothing. Robotnik had turned his entire family into robot slaves. What a dick.
Sonic is fast as always, but in this timeline, fast takes on
Oh,
new
yes,
meaning.
yes, yes,
He's quick enough to create tornadoes, cause after images, turn invisible, phase through objects, and boost past light speed in the blink of an eye. He can dodge lightning and even move in between the raindrops of a downpour.
Look at this. He grabbed water and threw it like a
Why rescue with this? Flash is going this one. Flash is going this one
lot of
this time.
zeros in a millisecond. He can run
Flash is
around
going
the
this
entire
one, I think.
cosmic interstate in less than a day, and that's a highway that cuts through the multiverse. How does he get that fast on an all chili dog diet? I mean, they give me the runs, but not that way.
He could reverse a black hole generator with his momentum, which then
Still think
implodes,
Flash going
somehow
this.
sending him 849,000 light years away.
Oh, that's
Sonic's
pretty
speed is so
impressive, actually.
impressive that he can even move through stopped time. Let me repeat that. Time was frozen, and he could still move. There is no earthly method of measuring
Wow.
such impossibility. In the words of the comic itself, Sonic's speed is incalculable.
Okay, he was
I know the
tired.
Archie Sonic comics
Okay,
are
that-
like really weird.
that-
but that's just crazy.
You call it crazy. I call it chaos.
Just like my
That-
conception.
That gives me
No. I mean chaos as in the chaos force. An
That gives
exponential
me
infinite and omnipotent
pause.
energy. This chaos takes physical form on Mobius in the shape of magical power rings and perfectly hewn emeralds.
And Sonic loves collecting those rings. By the time he'd scooped up 1 billion of them, the gods were so impressed they put him in a book of world records and gave him a permanent force field that makes him way tougher than anybody else.
Along with shielding his spirit and mind. But that's not all. By gathering a large amount of chaos energy, he can transform into the almighty golden Supersonic.
Eat your heart out, Akira Toriyama.
Supersonic possesses incredible
Damn.
power. He can use chaos energy for defensive barriers and beams capable of shattering moons.
Oh no.
He's even
She's
snapped
faster
one
than
before,
this.
and he's totally invincible. Like when he fought the demigod and possible power drink, Enerjack. This guy could rip people apart molecule by molecule. But no dice with Supersonic.
Like the video game, Sonic's superforms have a time limit, and now this limit can even be cut short through overuse of power. However, he battled Enerjack from day into night, so it must be able to naturally last much longer than the games, potentially over an hour.
But that's
I
not
think
even a
Flash is
final
gonna win
form. If he's
this.
got something as good as a Super Emerald around, he can go Ultra.
Ultra Sonic appears to possess all of Supersonic's abilities and then some. Specifically, he can tap into the raw magic of chaos.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wizards running around Archie Sonic Land, like this mammoth mogul guy. Turns out they're all using the same chaos force.
Ultrasonic can manipulate matter at an atomic level, changing its fundamental makeup.
Turning air to water, moving rocks around, opening portals across space-time.
So
that kind of
Flash,
stuff.
dude.
But while he's never changed other living beings before, it's not totally out of the question. Right, dummy?
You're correct, Boomstick. Although Ultrasonic is not as proficient, this ugly monster wizard uses the same chaos magic, and he changed a partial robot rabbit into a full regular rabbit. A sentence so absurd, it likely damaged my internal processor.
Don't worry, it was never great. I took it from a refrigerator.
Jesus
Ultrasonic has altered his own
Christ,
body to better traverse difficult terrain.
God
With all this in
seems-
mind, he could theoretically be able to change the molecular makeup of others too. Just like this.
Ow.
But if changing molecules isn't crazy enough, we need to talk about something even crazier.
Chaos itself. Chaos magic is typically used for one of 3 things. Increasing physical ability, providing lost knowledge, and granting wishes.
Like a freaking genie.
I'll tell you.
To reverse brainwashing, turn back time, revive the dead, and even rewrote all reality in his whole multiverse with a Kamehameha Chaos Beam. Okay, if he can literally just wish his problems away, you'd think he'd have way less trouble dealing with a fat ginger named after breakfast food.
Honestly, he rarely did, but Sonic's a glutton for adventure and action. So over the years, he and the Good Doctor formed an unhealthy codependent relationship.
Just like us. Life's not the same without his oval-shaped enemy to beat up on. So they're back at it every chance they get. Come on, guys, just get a room already.
But after being defeated so many times, both
but-
Eggman and
oh,
Moon
yeah, it's-
independently came to the
it's
same
really-
conclusion.
I
By
think
collecting so
Flash
many rings and
wins.
emeralds over the years, Sonic has become
think Flash
a
is
literal
gonna win this.
embodiment of chaos itself. As in, he's a variable that cannot be accounted for, a wrench in the cogs of reality. Without him even realizing it, fate bends to him.
You know you're a badass when the
It's
most
so
powerful
Flash,
chaos
bro.
wizard out there decides
Flash is
the
gonna
only
win
way to
this.
beat you is to just wait until you die of old age.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's unexplainable.
It's Sonic the freaking Hedgehog.
Ooh, I like to hang, but I got a juice.
Jesus. Yeah, I think Flash is gonna win
Alright,
this.
combatants are set.
I think
Run
Flash
the
is
gate
gonna win
of
this,
all
dude.
possibilities.
I thought
But
we were
first,
talking about
let me tell you about a phone and provider
it's
that's
like-
as fast as these
right
guys.
here,
This
the
episode
sea
is sponsored by
characters.
Samsung and AT&T 5G.
Also doing
Rooster Teeth is joining forces with
Brother.
Samsung and AT&T 5G to kick things off for our upcoming RTX at-home virtual event. Oh, and definitely be sure to check out the new Samsung Galaxy Note 20
See,
Ultra
already
5G,
happened.
powered by AT&T 5G.
AT&T 5G requires compatible plan and coverage, not in all areas.
Head over to
Come on, Flash. I can't- I have- yeah.
Ultra 5G to learn
I
how you
will
can get the
hate
Samsung
being
Galaxy
wrong.
Note 20
Waste a lot,
5G for
dude.
free.
Or the Galaxy
Oh,
Note 20
the
Ultra
trees.
5G for $299.99 for a limited time.
But right now, it's
So awesome.
time for a
Nice
death
one.
battle.
Let's see. See how I want to talk Flash. 3 minutes up. I'll see what this is. So pretty much that.
outrun what?
I'm the fastest man alive.
Oh yeah, cherry flavored chump? I'm the fastest thing alive.
Wow, you shouldn't touch me.
Wanna bite?
slow?
This is exit having this. And then
It's
so
like
it's
a dog's
fine.
dogs.
Yep. Change it. Then it's fine. Then change it. I'm still not watching rush. It's also travel happen without change. Ah, speed off. It tricks over have structure. Tricks over have no tricks.
Say, Uncle! Flash fact! I'm out of your league! Whoa! Thanks for the speed! Huh? A super emerald? I'll show you! Surprise!
I have no idea. It's Flash Revolutions. Insane. It happens. That's like, that's just how it's in their stars, I guess. Touched it, it's just. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn, okay, it's holy fucking shit. Another year or so, universe for a second.
Like this. You've mastered speed, but I've mastered fate, and I wish you gone forever! Chaos control! Linda, Di, Iris, help me now! Huh?
So it's all fast and harnessing the whole might of the fucking speed force. Oh, every version of Sonic, every, every version of Sonic across the multiverse, dude.
So that
Fucking
happened.
insane, dude.
What happened exactly?
Well, this matchup was incredibly complex. Given their speeds were impossible to calculate, speed alone was, ironically, somewhat of a non-factor in comparison. Sonic in his base form didn't really stand a chance against Wally. Sure, he did seem to survive being launched 849,000 light years to an alien planet by a black hole imploding. However, considering he's been knocked out by far less, black holes are already imploding stars.
All the
And
rest
it
of
seems
us can
Snow
be-
also
can be-
inexplicably survived the trip. It's probably more likely the black hole
Also,
acted as a sort of
really good
wormhole in its
sound
last moments and sent
we just
Sonic
use
directly
for
there. But if we assume Sonic was indeed blasted through space, a black hole's last moment usually results in an abrupt detonation equivalent to 5 trillion tons of TNT.
The last one.
Impressive, but the infinite mass
Last
punch could
one,
still
yeah.
deliver over 2 quadrillion times more power.
But Sonic super forms were a different story. They had answers to almost all of Wally's skills. His chaos energy could replenish stolen speed, he was invincible, and he had friggin' wish powers.
Personally, I was expecting the opposite result. Against almost anybody else, Archie's version of Sonic is practically unbeatable. But across a greater percentage of possible scenarios, Wally just happens to be the exception.
He had every
That's
counter he
enough.
needed to. The speed steal wouldn't stop Supersonic, but Wally still got that stolen speed for himself.
Super and Ultrasonic were essentially batteries of unlimited kinetic energy Wally could pull from.
That's
Even with their speeds
actually
being incalculable, this
fucking
meant Wally
insane,
could ensure
dude.
he was faster. Plus, Wally performed a lot more of those incalculable speed feats than Sonic ever did, so he technically held an experience advantage in that field.
Chaos Wish Power would be an insta-win against basically anybody, but Chaos Magic uses physical energy. And guess what? Wally could phase through reality warping energy.
and jump through time, or vibrate to a higher spatial dimension to avoid Sonic altogether. Even though he had no way to take down Sonic's super forms, Wally has proven capable of effortlessly moving and vibrating at times for days on end.
So it wasn't too hard for him
So
to
I
just
guess go
wait
look
out
at
the
those
super forms and strike at the first
two
good
color stars
opportunity.
like and
And
this
when it came to Ultrasonic's ability to alter atomic structures,
circuit.
Wally possessed
Yep.
perfect control over his own individual molecules.
But
That's
hey, Sonic's
fucking
the
insane.
embodiment of
I
fate.
have seen
Fate
life.
automatically bends to him or whatever.
Except Wally has broken fate
It's
a few
natural
times
too.
himself. The best example being when he ran to the end of reality and forced the concept of death itself to die.
Because Speed Force.
Simply put, Sonic's
Sounds
hypothesized
like
nature
fair.
as an anomaly in reality just wasn't enough protection against someone who could also break the rules of reality.
And remember, when Wally raised Barry, their speed almost tore apart the multiverse.
Both these characters understandably seem overpowered to an extreme.
They really are,
But it's
though.
important to remember that in their respective
Like
worlds,
Flash
the
is
story
faster.
comes first. Sonic was impressive, improbable, inexplainable, but Wally had the power, the counters, and the speed he needed to
So
pull
the
ahead
next
in
fight's
this
gonna
absolutely
be
mind-bending
we're getting close to
battle.
the end of this.
Oh, the drink is
Season
kicking in.
6 or season 5, I can't remember. Uh-oh.
Well, I ran to Jupiter. I'm a god. A speed god.
Uh-oh.
Incredible. Tell me, what cosmic insight have you learned?
Just one thing. While Sonic didn't know it, the writing was on the wall.
The winner is the Flash.
Wow.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here, and you can always pick up some TV merch
Wait,
at store.com.
past mental this. Oh, shit. What's a soldier? Red hook. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I got really. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, shit. Okay, that's kind of hype, dude. Oh, I'm hyped, dude. I'm really hyped right now. Oh, my God. Oh, that's gonna be cool as hell. I think I'm probably gonna vote for Winter Soldier, but Winter's a really cool character. That was like super fucking annoying. I was right, I was not wrong twice in a row. Thank God. I like guessing right. I was forced to go on. Sucks, dude. That's not. I really like this. I really need something to. What's the fuck for that thing? It's called fake roll. Man, that was so damn cool. Yeah, I think we're for Winter Soldier. I think there's fight. If I'm thinking, like, there were socks and shit. Thinking, this is shit why you win. Right. Can't wait to see that one too. Fucking insane. Too great. At the end of the video, I would just like to thank my current subscribers on YouTube and my Patreon. And my patrons on Patreon. If you enjoyed the video, please like or comment on the video if you would like to. If you enjoy the channel, please support me and subscribe. You can find the links to my Patreon and Twitter, as well as links to reactions and videos in the description down below. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do. There are many rewards you can get, and I appreciate it. And like my favorite animator here would say, sayonara.